Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. All right, today I want to talk to my folks that actually work from home. Work from home meaning that you have a job that pays you on a W-2 and you work from home. And specifically today, we're addressing mileage, okay? So with tax reform, all of the employee deductions that were subject to the 2% floor are no longer available, okay? And so here it is, towards the end of the year when I am, shooting this video, and, it's starting to kick in. People are really starting to ask the questions now to understand how this is going to affect you. So if you work from home, if you drive for your job or, to a different location, you can no longer deduct those miles. If your employer reimburses you, that's great. If it is for a business expense, then it's not added to your taxable income. But if you're going off doing something else and they reimburse you for it, then, that goes to your taxable income. So it's gotta be for a specific business purpose. So what that means is, and let me just give you an example. I have a client who is a sports photographer, and she gets paid as a W-2 employee, and she goes all over the place. And normally she would deduct those things on her taxes, which she was allowed to do. However, that's not the case anymore. So if her employer does not reimburse her for those miles, we're also talking about, about meals, dues and subscriptions, union dues, uniforms, like for military people, firefighters, uniform being clothing that is not suitable for ordinary wear. Okay. So what that means is, and let me also explain that, is that let's say, for instance, that you work at Target, right? Target has a red shirt and khaki pants. That's their uniform. However, you can wear a red shirt and khaki pants anywhere, okay? It doesn't have the Target logo on it or anything like that. So that would not be tax deductible. But we're talking about things, like I said, like firefighters, police officers, service members, that you have uniforms that you just, you can't wear a uniform to dinner, not unless you just want to draw attention to yourself. But that's the point. It's not suitable for regular streetwear. So those are the types of things that were subject to the 2% floor that are no longer tax deductible. Now, the exception to the mileage rule is for, armed forces reservists. So if you're Army, Air Force, Marine, Reservist, Coast Guard, whatever, that you are an exception to the rule. You're also an exception to the rule if you're a performing artist or a fee-basis state and local government employee. Okay. But otherwise, if you are a W-2 employee who works from home, mileage is no longer deductible. Your home office is no longer deductible. All of those things have now changed. So if you were working at home, for the convenience of your employer or for your convenience or whatever, you can no longer deduct that. So you have to really work something out with your employer to see if they will reimburse you for some of these things, because if you're working from home, you're using your electricity, you're using your, your computer, you're using all of this stuff, you're using your car and all of that to go do these things for your employer. But now you need to make sure they're going to reimburse you, or else it's just a loss for you. Like, this is basically the price you pay for having for doubling your standard deduction, because all of those itemized deductions that that you were used to having, a lot of them are gone, right? So we're talking about the things that stayed, were the medical deduction. There's, the limit on the state and local tax deduction, your charitable deduction, and, gambling. right? So gambling, winnings and losses, that's still there. But the rest of that stuff that you're used to, like being able to deduct your tax prep fee, investment fees, all of those things are now gone. But, I wanted to specifically address mileage because that was the question that was asked of me. Like I said, in the case of this photographer that drives all over her state to photograph different sporting events for her employer. And so now if her employer doesn't reimburse her, then she can't claim the gas, she can't claim the mileage, she can't claim any of that stuff. Okay. So think about that in your current situation. Like if you are an employee working from home, you're going to find out like how much of this really affects you, how much it impacts your tax situation. This is why it's important to take a look at your whole thing. Like the fall is a time for tax planning. It's time for you to go and look at, what happened last year, what changes this year, what can we do for next year. One of the things that I caution you against is, is just understanding that the whole tax reform thing is new for everyone. Okay. It's new for tax professionals. It's new for taxpayers. It's new for people programming the software that we use to e-file and prepare your returns. It's new for all of us. So you have to understand that, when you're preparing your taxes, you really got to have an understanding of what the math is supposed to look like for you. So that's a lot of comparison between last year, this year. I know with the, with the change in the W-4, a lot of people just kind of went to sleep on that. But, now's the time to be looking at that stuff. I know I was talking about mileage, but it's all lumped in together. So now is the time to be looking at your W-2s, looking at how much you've had in withholdings, look at how much your total tax was for last year, comparing that to now. Are you about the same? Are you a little short? Just all of those things to kind of, try to build a picture of what your tax situation is going to look like. And this is why I say, it's not the time to be going off all willy-nilly doing your taxes if you don't really know what you're doing, just because of the impact of tax reform. So if you haven't been on the continuing ed classes, watching the videos and all of that stuff, especially when it comes to my business owners, this is really a business owner conversation as well. Just understanding all of the changes and how they impact you. If you don't know that, this is not the year to go off all willy-nilly. You really need to, you really need to hire someone. For my business owners, now, if you are self-employed, okay, this does not apply to you. Okay, we're talking about W-2 employees who work from home. There are people who work a regular job, but they work from home. So if you are self-employed and you get paid on a 1099, or, you handle your own transactions, if you have your own business, then this does not apply to you. Your business miles are still deductible for business purposes, not, you just put a sticker on your car and go drive around so everybody can see it. That's not business mileage. That's advertising. You can pay for the sticker. The sticker is tax deductible, but just driving your car to the mall so people can see your sticker, that is not tax deductible. But for business purposes, yes, your mileage is still tax deductible if you are meeting a client, a potential client, a consultant, or something, something like that. Even if you were, driving to meet with your tax professional, you are a business owner, that is tax deductible. Okay. If you are a business owner, if you're going to meet your tax professional and you are a W-2 person, that is not tax deductible. Okay. So I really hope this gives you something to think about, something to chew on. Listen, this is the time to make sure that, you kind of make sure where you are with your withholdings, because you have enough time. Like if you look at your withholdings and you're, looking at what what your total tax was and you looking like real short, right? You have enough time to adjust your W-4 in order to have a little bit more taken out so that you're not writing some huge, you're not getting some unexpected huge tax bill that you can't pay. Okay. So I really hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. So, but if you need to book a consult, you can do so right here, www.homebiztaxchat.com. Book a complimentary consult for 15 minutes. And yeah, that's it, you guys. So thank you so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.